you guys took a rest because you're a little worse for wear after your fight with the manticores, and that was pretty much everything that you did last time. I'm pretty sure you had a decent fight with these manticores. It was difficult in the darkness, I would say. Is that correct?
I think only with Alistair and I think Volknar are the only ones with the dark vision.
I
Yeah,
think that's
navigating in
right.
general's been tough down here.
And so you were able to deal with the manticores well enough with some dancing lights that seemed to help. Um, but there were difficulties at different times for a number of reasons. So you came back to a place that you know to be a safe room. You ended up taking another short rest, I believe. And towards the end of your short rest, you heard voices on the other side of the door. I think we're missing one character. Give me a
Yeah,
moment here.
Harry's missing.
Was it
Harry's missing?
that door or the southern hidden door?
You heard voices on this side.
Hmm.
Should we send one of our familiars through the secret door to do a little sneaky sneak?
My familiar's dead.
I thought he was a summon.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it takes me an hour to do it.
I guess maybe I'll send mine. Maybe Slinky. We'll do some recon.
Go for it if you want.
I like it.
Alright, I'll have we'll send someone to go like listen at the door, and I'll see if I can peek my head ever so stealthily out this secret door. Make sure the coast is clear to send Slinky on his mission.
Make a stealth check.
And then roll initiative.
Ooh, that's
Dirty
good.
20.
That's good.
Wow.
Dirty 20. All right, that's pretty good.
Sneaky fucking duck.
No Alistair, but that's good.
So, let me check something.
I've been learning from your owl. Been like, oh man, that bird's got some stealthy ass feathers. I gotta copy him.
That's a stealthy bird.
Okay. So, does Slinky have dark vision?
That's a good question.
This little weasel.
Familiar.
I feel like those are like nocturnal animals, but they could be more on like, hunt things more with scent.
I don't actually know. Oops. Damn it. Why does it do that?
Didn't see anything.
That's good.
I guess I'm using the weasel stat block.
Yes.
Doesn't look like it. Perception,
Okay.
stealth bonuses, advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Yep.
So perception checks on hearing or smell. Okay. So go ahead and make a perception check based on hearing or smell for this guy.
Okay, what's his perception?
I was
bonus?
right. He's got a good schnoz, but not good eyes.
Uh, 19.
All right, that's probably good enough. He can smell something and hear something rustling to the west, and through him, you can sense that as well.
Since he can't like see anything, I don't think I'm gonna send him very far. So I guess I'll bring him back. I'll return to the party with Slinky on my shoulder. I'll get that drift globe going with light. Ooh, and shillelagh.
Okay.
Before I fill in the boys. So let them know like there's some kind of creature. I heard like a rustling. Some kind of largest sounding creature is in that hallway on the other side of the door. If we want to be sneaky, we can probably get out the this back entrance and maybe sneak away.
Choose
then
one
everyone would call us nerds.
Yeah, I mean that
dark
sounds
vision.
kind of like are we coward? Like are we cowards? I don't. When
I
did
don't
we
think we
become
are.
cowards?
While they're discussing what's going on, Al's just gonna sneak away and just poke his head out the door.
And you have dark vision, is that right?
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be light pouring out of this room too, so
Oh.
be careful.
Well,
Or,
I mean,
would
they're already gonna see it under the door crack anyway.
would Alistair have given a heads up before he went to the door?
No.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing this while you guys were talking.
Then light is still on.
Okay. So, as you peek your head out of the door, Alistair, you can see to the west several individuals looking at you. And in fact, one of them fires a longbow at you immediately. Let me just make the roll for
Hello.
that.
They're hostile.
Actually, it is. He's gonna get multiple attacks here.
It's all right.
Well, Slinky had the whole thing fucking wrong.
And he had rolled a 19.
Right.
What an idiot.
God
Okay, so
Southeast
I-
Asian sea otter.
The 16
these guys are
hits.
all homebrewed, so it's actually going to be a little higher for each one. It's going to be +6 for all these, so 12,
Ooh.
22, and a 14.
Said 12, 22, 14.
Yep.
Well, just the 16 then.
Okay. And so this is going to be 8 points of damage total.
I think I'm gonna use my reaction, my rogue stuff.
Okay.
Cunning action, or not that. Uncanny dodge. There it is. So 4 points of damage.
Gotcha. And I will ask at this point, everybody rolls initiative.
I think that makes sense. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh wow,
Where's
pretty
Harold?
pretty good initiatives.
That means I'm not gonna get a good.
I have
Oh, I did.
my initiative is 10. I'm going last smile.
All right, Volknar, you hear the twang of 3 arrows leaving a bow, one of which you hear meet the fleshy sound, or you hear the sound of the arrow meeting a fleshy sounding object. The other 2 clatter into the stonework, and you can hear some sort of noise from Alistair.
I'll be like, Alice, what's going on over there?
We got company, boys.
Oh boy. Volkner's gonna walk
The
over to
door
Alice,
south.
20
all health.
meters. I'm gonna go shit. Like, dude, there's like 4 dudes over here.
Is the door like fully opened? Should I just like toss open more space here?
It can be. I basically just like cracked it open to poke my head out essentially, but
Okay, then I'll leave it.
Archer,
Volknar, it's only partially opened, so you can't see the entire hallway.
Okay, but I can see 4 guys there.
Yes.
but you can totally just open it more if you want, but you know,
See
Boy, just-
those 4 guys.
your boy just got shot.
All right.
And let me describe what is in front of you. There are 4 individuals, all of them looking like adventurers. There's a halfling who seems to have fire on her hands. She seems young for a halfling, maybe in her teenage years, early 20s. There is an orc, not a half orc, but a full orc, with a bow. And it seems that this was the one who shot directly at Alistair. This guy here. Covered in furs, tough looking. There is a knoll, a dark sort of energy emanating off of this creature, almost as if smoke, and yet instead of rising, it seems to fall towards the floor. And then there is an elf, dark and beautiful, in what would appear to be breastplate and chainmail, large greatsword at hand,
Damn.
all of them prepared to enter the room where you are.
Seems like we have a
I mean, is this just like another group of adventurers that we run into?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Like, they're
Worldwide.
probably just doing the same thing we are, just killing everything in their path.
Well,
They
What would
already
you like
shot
to do,
me.
Volknar?
Yeah, you can walk it off.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, Alistair rolled a 10 initiative.
Yeah, I'm not going for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna back up and let some other people come in here, but
I think I'm after you, Volknar, so keep that in mind.
oh yeah,
That I'm about to
how'd your
get up
movement
in
look?
it. You know?
Yeah, you can still get ahead of me.
Yep.
If anything, you
Uh,
could just ready an attack for if they come within your range.
I can do
Because
that.
yeah, if you didn't want to move, is what I was saying. Unless because you can't reach them, right?
I mean, I could throw a javelin at him.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know.
And
Should we
like
try to talk to him or should we just fight him?
Oh, they're already fighting, dude.
All
I
right.
think we should try to talk to him first.
Maybe someone who's good at talking.
Maybe with
Oh.
like a high charisma stat.
I don't know. Volkner's that guy.
Charisma's +1.
Yeah.
13.
Volknar eat. Volknar swing axe.
Volknar mad. Volknar throw javelin at
Okay.
orc.
All right.
Just
A rival orc.
just throwing it out there that they are in a little bit of a line.
Ooh.
Maybe if you
That's actually going to be a hit.
Oh wow! All right. 8 damage.
I wonder
Right.
if the idea of his comrade getting hurt, I wonder if that upset Volknar at all. I wonder if he might be angry.
Like enough to enter a fit of.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have that wrong. A 13 is not good enough to hit. That's my bad.
not Volknar's definitely pissed.
Okay, now Volknar is very upset and he will enter a rage. Volknar is now raging.
I'm just going to toss red around you. And is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn? That's movement, action, bonus.
No, that's fine. I'll stand here.
Let's see whose turn it is now. Harold, what would you like to do?
Harold would like to try to see what's going on.
There's another door. There's another door here, and the hallway would lead around. Another option.
Harry's going this way.
Since we already do have this door kind of blocked.
I
Yeah,
thought
but he doesn't
drop.
have dark vision. He won't be able to see shit.
Yeah, right. There's gonna be another
I
4
have-
guys
so-
outside this.
So Harry his pole has a little bit of light, so I can at least guide myself a little bit.
Okay.
So Harry's gonna try to go this way.
You can open that door. How much movement do you have? And how far does your light go?
30 feet, and my light goes 5 at a time.
I'll open the door for you. It is pitch black in the hallway beyond as you begin walking forward.
Harry will continue forward.
And where did you start? It was like right here or
Like,
something?
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so he'll just go 5 at a time until like right or whatever. Another 2 from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'll give you those 2, and then I can give you one more if you'd like.
Sure, whatever.
Okay. So you can see to there. So you can begin to see the intersection of the corridor ahead of you.
All right. Then Harry wants to, or however far he can go, wants to stay on the wall.
If you wanted to keep going, you could dash too. Since it doesn't seem
Um,
like you're attacking or casting a
I
spell.
think you can
Yeah,
go there.
Okay. Is that room more lit up if he peeks his head around the corner? Or is it still dark?
It is still dark. You might. I'm gonna say you can maybe see the flickering of flames somewhere in this direction.
It's like a hallway that seemingly goes south and loops around.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah, we've been here before.
Like exactly here before?
Yeah, you know your way around at least a little bit. Definitely, it might. All the shit might look the same though, because it's so dark for someone like you, because you don't have dark vision.
Alright, I'll use my movement. I'll try to go down the hallway south. I'll dash. Use another 30
So,
feet.
5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so I will give you 2 here,
Yeah,
and that
just
will give you.
creeping along the wall.
Gotcha. So it'll light up a bunch. You can see all this.
Alright.
Okay, and so that would be your
Yeah, that's
full
everything.
movement. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Then this will bring us to Victor. What would you like to do, Victor?
Victor will use his movement to get in front of Alistair. And where did Alistair get hit?
What you mean by the arrow?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say like my shoulder or something.
shoulder. So they sounds like they were trying to kill you, not just like wound you or something.
Yeah, these were like full on attacks.
All right.
Alistair, you would know that.
And can I see? Can I actually see these people, or are they? Is this
So
like
if
dark?
there's light in the room that you guys have, so what's the source of light that you have in the room?
The
Fire
drift
hands?
globe.
And
The
how?
glowy ball thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
it's the light cantrip, essentially. So 60 feet. Oh,
That shit goes at 60 feet. Wow.
Wait,
I
no.
think my sword.
That's how far I can walk away from the globe.
I think my cursed sword also glows, or something.
Bright light in 20-foot radius around me, and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
And so
The
if
light can be colored as I like, so it's a nice like lavender.
yeah, it's dim light. You can make out their shapes.
All
I
right.
think
So,
is what I'll say for you, Victor.
okay. So I can't see if they have any like gang tattoos or anything.
Correct. Nothing of that nature at this time.
All right. So I won't try talking to him. I'll wait for Zeus to do that. But yeah. I mean, I'll just stand here.
Okay. Nothing else for your turn?
Like a standing fortress.
Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions that I can use, and
Get ready
Is
and
it
attack in
change my
case
movement?
they make a move on you.
sure, I'll do that. I'll ready and attack.
Oh,
Okay.
did we were we able to fix your armor?
No, I'm still at 20 AC.
Only 20 AC.
Hey,
Hey, I'll take all of the armor I can get.
Fair enough.
Especially, I'm just gonna stand here.
Okay. So as you move yourself out into the corridor and ready yourself for action, Victor, you begin to see these shapes take form as your eyes attune a little better to the darkness. The one in front of you, the closest, you see a bow raise once more. And I'm going to say that you give at least half cover to Alistair and Volknar, just based on your positioning and where the door is and everything. So let me just double check how much your AC goes up by that.
He's gonna shoot at me again. What a prick!
So you get a +2 to your AC, Alistair and Volknar, if he shoots either of you.
Okay.
And in fact, he is going to do so.
These guys are after us. They're not adventurers.
And so he will shoot 3 times, twice at Alistair, and once at Volknar.
Uh-oh.
Everyone. So these are the Alistair rolls. And that would be, they are there's a +6 on each of those. So that would be a 20 and a 13, I believe.
Yeah, one will hit.
Okay. And so that's going to be a D8 again. And this gets a +4. That would be 12 points of damage.
Do I get my reaction for this round as well? Or
Yes, you do. Yeah, we'll consider the first one as like an individual round.
all right, then I'm gonna do my thing again, the uncanny dodge.
Okay.
So 6 damage then.
Gotcha. Volknar, this one's against you. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Ooh. Okay.
And it's going to be 6 points of piercing damage halved to 3. because of your rage.
Nice. Forgot about that.
It's raging so hard.
That said, you hear, or you can see this individual move off into the darkness this way. And let me just double check one thing. Do
Victor,
you
20
understand?
28C.
Do you understand Orc, Volknar?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hear an Orcish, one coming from behind.
Oh, they're on to Harry.
I was like, shit. I'll tell the group.
Okay.
These motherfuckers speaking Orcish down here.
And as that guy says that, it is Zeusnu's turn. What would you like to do, Zeusnu?
Let's see. Let's see, where can I get to? I can get to like right behind Volknar. You said I'd get behind Volknar, like lean out. I guess so. To illuminate like 20 feet out into the hallway.
It's going to provide enough light that you are able to see a lot more of the hallway, and I will light that up right now. It's 20 feet.
Yeah, hopefully now casual might be able to see more too.
Yes, 100%. So you, oops, did that not work for some reason?
Fucking prestige worldwide from the Shadow Realm.
I
Oh,
will do
what's the other Superman?
this.
You mean the Bizarro one?
Bizarro Superman. Yeah, it's Bizarro Prestige Worldwide.
It's weird. I never realized how blind we were in the dark areas until we went down here.
Right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of darkness. Sorry, I'm just like struggling with this snipping tool for a moment.
That drift globe was a very convenient find.
Hmm.
Why is it? Oh, it's because I have. Give me 2 seconds.
I like that I don't even need that shit though. I can just wander around in the darkness.
Yeah, same.
Dark vision is important.
Oh, now we know where that little bastard is.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, especially with having a bow.
So he is hiding over there. The door is blocking the drift globe from providing too much light to your east at this point in time, but you can see a bit that way. And so like I've opened it up a little bit for you, but not as deep in that direction.
And like I said, I'll lean out all menacingly and look over at the Bizarro Prestige Worldwide. You know, call out that like we're Prestige Worldwide here on orders of the Lords of Waterdeep, searching for the Black Staff. Who are
Okay.
you and why are you after us?
Make a persuasion check.
Just a 24.
That's pretty damn good. You hear a young woman's voice laughing, saying, "And we are the Grim Accord. We've come for the stone. Hand it over, or hand over your lives. We don't really care which."
I knew it. Alice just says.
And I would shrug and I'd say, well, I guess that is that, and I will cast a 5th level fireball.
Ooh.
What?
How
Okay,
big is
so-
that? 'Cause,
So you're casting a 5th level fireball?
Level fireball, as long as I can cast it where I don't kill all the boys. See, so 20.
So your
Foot
line of sight
radius.
is a little difficult.
Oh, true.
So like, if you get it to there, you're definitely gonna hit like Victor and stuff, I assume.
Can I see? Can I see this guy?
You can. Let me just double check. I'm gonna say probably not. I think he's probably just out of line of sight.
In a line. So it looks like anything past here will hit Victor. You know, doesn't look like I can cast Fireball without hitting Victor.
Probably not. Is what I'm
I-
gonna say.
I don't want to hit Victor.
Victor's got 20 AC. He'll be fine.
It's a dex save though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not based on AC, and I don't want to
Nope.
like.
You don't want to
accidentally-
fireball a homie.
Yeah, especially not a 5th level fireball that can do like 1,000,000 damage. So who can I? Do I have line of sight on any of them?
Not really. You might have line of sight from here on I'm gonna say you can get some level of line of sight on this individual here.
Have you used all your movement?
I have.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I have any like buff spells I can hit someone with? Oh, if I could put mirror image on Victor, that would be just so broken. But I guess I'll since I can't attack any of them, I'll cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
Get my duck army going.
Gotcha.
And then bonus action, I will toss my dancing dagger out into the hallway. And I guess I'll see if I can take a swing at that girl with it.
Okay.
It has 30 feet, so yeah, I can hit her.
I feel like she's
Let's-
gonna have a high AC.
We'll
Yes.
find out.
Are you attacking the elf?
I am.
Okay.
20.
20 is good enough to hit, I think. Let me just double check that. So these are all homebrewed, or these are like, this is from Matt Colville's stuff, MCDM.
Not
So
a good
they
sign
are-
when he's questioning if 20 is good enough.
Right.
It is good enough. That is a hit.
That's scary.
So that means AC is probably like 19 or something.
Who knows?
We'll find out if we get in there. So that is 7 magical slashing damage.
Gotcha.
Or piercing, not slashing.
Gotcha. She takes it nonetheless. Not thrilled about it. You can see the blood pouring down her cheek as it zips by, and she glares at you.
I quack in a menacing fashion.
Is that the full turn?
Yes.
You hear what sounds like dog paws running across the stone floor. And Victor, you can make out what is now very clearly this dark-looking knoll look directly at you and cast a spell.
I hope it's not splash damage.
Right?
Yeah. Very precarious for us.
So he is going to be concentrating. I will put up this white circle around him for the concentration. And you begin to feel your suit of armor heat up very
Oh.
aggressively.
Uh-oh.
Please take 2d8 damage. Let me just make sure there's no save for this. Oh, Constitution saving throw, please. If you want to. Oh no, that's if you want to drop it. If it doesn't drop. I mean, on your turn, you can try to take the armor off, but otherwise, heat metal is going to affect you. So I'm
Okay.
going to do 2d8 damage. Let's see.
I don't think you can take the armor off with one of your hands, Cursed.
So that would be 5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Or 8 points of fire damage, excuse me. That will be. Will that be his full turn? I moved him here. Yeah, he will move another 15 feet to here. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so he's just on the edge of your vision as well. That will be his full turn. That actually is going to bring us back to Alistair. What would you like to do?
Alistair. Let's see. I would have seen that guy cast a spell on Victor, right?
Yes, you would have from that vantage point.
Okay. Alright. Well then I'm going to come out in the hallway and step behind him. And then from here, let's see. How far is my dark vision? Is 60 feet?
Yes, I believe that's probably right.
Yeah, 60 foot. Okay.
So let
So
me
I can
extend that for you.
So I can see them clearly. Well, anywho, I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the man who just hit my boy with a spell.
Gotcha.
Let's see. I assume a 20 hits.
20 does hit.
All right, 10 damage, and he's got to
Okay.
do a con save.
A con save he will do.
Yeah,
17.
he saves.
Cool.
Motherfucker.
Explodage.
And
Oh, can
Then
you guys
after-
see their names?
Yeah. Yeah, we
Nice.
then after that, so I've only moved like is it probably 5, 10. I'm gonna go back in the room, like around the corner. For now.
For now.
And that's it.
Gotcha. And you hear a yelp from the firebolt. You see the gnoll take this, and yet he holds his concentration, and your armor is still very hot, Victor.
Dang.
I tried.
Let me see. Check one thing.
Just needed him to roll low, and he didn't.
Okay. The elf will begin to move forward.
Oh,
Do
that
I
elf
do
doesn't
that
know what a bad
step?
idea that is. Moving towards Victor?
She will move
Yep.
towards Victor and then around him.
It's
At
not
this
just,
point.
it's like a Victor that's on fire, too.
And instead of using her greatsword, she will point her hand at Volknar, and she will send 2 bolts of necrotic energy his way.
Uh-oh. I don't like that.
So it's going to be an 8 and, or sorry, a 6 and a 17.
This... I have an AC of 17.
So that's going to be a hit.
Does he still have the cover, or did that maneuver, like...
The maneuver I would say would give her normal viewing on Volknar. So I'm going to say that's a hit on this one. And as the dark energy hits you, it sort of lances across your body, doing 3d8 damage for 13 points.
I take the full damage even with the rage.
This is necrotic damage, so yes. And as she does this, you can see that her sword glows black in the same sort of way that the gnoll had the dark energy around him earlier. That was, let me just double check the distance on that. That was 20.
Zusunu notices Victor eyeing that sword.
And she will move. She will move to this space here. That's going to be her full turn. And then a young halfling woman who you've sort of conversed with momentarily will take her turn. And she says, the Grim Accord, we're here to kill you. We're gonna kill you. And there's a certain level of insanity in her voice as she's saying this, and you can see the fire in her hands dancing. And she runs to this point for 15 feet of movement, and she will cast Fireball in through the doorway, directly at Zusanu.
He's a motherfucking copycat.
Which one, the quack, or the attack, or the squad?
I think we're all getting hit.
I think you're all getting hit except for Harry.
Yeah.
So I would say everybody roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dang.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll take 19.
19 is a success. Let's see. So Zusanu, that's a fail. 19 is a success. 14 is a success, Alistair. And then I need one from
I'm probably still dead.
Victor as well.
Got a 5, but if you want me to roll again.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed
Yeah.
it. Gotcha. Okay.
But should I roll for all my duplicates too?
How does that work?
That's what I'm wondering.
What is
Probably
what is-
concentration.
It's not. It's just like a one-off. It is a super awesome spell.
I mean, do they actually have physical bodies? Because I don't. It sounds like there's
Each
projections.
time a creature targets me with an attack, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of my duplicates. Duplicates AC equals 10 plus my dex modifier.
What I'll
attack.
say is this: go ahead and make 3 dexterity saving throws, 1 for each of them, and we'll do it that way.
Oh, well, my duplicate gets a 25 and a 19
So those are both
and
saves.
a
So you've got
16.
okay. So all 3 of your duplicates are actually going to remain. That said, is it 8d6? Is that right for Fireball? Let's forget this. Yeah, 8d6.
Just don't get max damage, please. And I'll be fine.
There's a bunch of ones in there. 26 points of damage.
Okay.
It's not terrible.
So 13.
Alistair, you are still up.
Somehow Alistair survives a fireball.
So we all take 13 points of damage.
If you saved.
So that would be Alistair saved, Volknar saved, but Zusanu and Victor have to take the full blast to the face.
That has to be the weakest fireball I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Don't-
weak one actually. I mean, it's good for you guys on that
Yeah,
side.
no,
but-
that's good for us. I'm not
Well, I'm
complaining.
just- you know you're not complaining, but it sounds like you're being that guy, you know? Jeez.
They
Oh,
might
sh-
kill us.
It's
Just-
not terrible. It's just 2 ones.
Your
and it's-
fireball is weak. That's what I heard.
I just assumed I was dead as soon as he said, I'm throwing fireball.
And so as this happens, and as she throws the fireball, you hear her yell, cook and book, heat them up, make them pay. And she's clearly enjoying the pyrotechnics. That will be her full turn. Go ahead, Volknar. What would you like to do?
So I just noticed something on my character sheet. My walking speed is 40 feet. So I think I've been able to move 40 feet ever since level 5, but I've never noticed.
Nice.
Shame on you. And is Harry second or Volknar?
It goes Volknar, Harold, Victor,
Oh, okay.
Alden of Parts Unknown, Zusanu, Crix Bloodgnash, Alistair, Athalonia the Moon's Eclipse, and Ira Fire Touched, in that order.
Alright, so Volknar really wants to attack the fire-wielding halfling, but because I feel like she's not going to have a lot of HP. And she kind of does a lot of fucking damage.
We do, we
She-
want to get rid of that guy's concentration on Victor. I don't think you can get to. Remember, you still have that lightning javelin.
That's true. I mean, I have 40 feet to get up right next to him.
Yeah, you could go like on the other side of the hallway.
I'll move my 40 feet on that. This guy's concentrating. Do I get advantage?
Not for that necessarily. No, I don't think there's a way for you to get advantage here at this time, but concentration shouldn't give you advantage.
Okay,
I don't think.
so if I hit him, does that break his concentration?
Yes, it may.
If you hit him hard
Okay.
enough.
The way it works is whatever damage you do to him, he has to roll to get the same number or better. So if you slap him with a lot of damage, then it's a higher chance that he's gonna fail.
And it's like a minimum of 10, I believe.
Really?
I think so.
I didn't know that part.
Did you end up raging, Volknar, or you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, he's
Okay, so
raged.
you have 3 shots at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the damage combined, so there's no way he'll be able to save probably.
All right.
If you hit.
Yeah, so I'll just do a regular attack. I'm not gonna Great Weapon Master because that
Okay.
reduces it by 5, right?
Yeah. Or yeah, that would reduce it by 5.
All right, just a regular attack.
Okay.
12 to hit.
That is a miss.
Oh, okay, we'll swing again. 16 to hit.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Let's see.
8 plus 2 for 10.
All right, let's see if I can get a 10 or better on the concentration check. Come on, Crix.
Or does it?
Oh.
Oh shit!
Nice.
There it is.
Okay.
All right.
Huge.
Now that Volknar's feeling a little lucky, he's no, he's not gonna great. He's not gonna great weapon. He just wants to do damage.
Feeling lucky, punk?
Do it.
Yeah, no, just a regular attack. Just a regular attack.
Okay, let's see.
20 to hit.
That's a hit.
13 plus 2, 15 points of damage.
All right, 25 points of damage in a single round against Crick's Bloodgnash. And you lay into this gnoll. His hyena-like laugh as the blood begins to pour from the wounds that you're leaving on him, seeping into the floor. And you can see that madness that a gnoll normally would have is not here. This is a sentient gnoll, and he is angry. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I think that's all I got. No, I want to flip off the halfling.
All right.
Nice.
You flip off the halfling.
He's a rebel.
And let's see. That brings us to Harold. What would you like to do?
Fuck him up.
Fuck him up.
Harry's gonna run up and come right around here and throw an ice knife.
Done and done. The ice knife lances towards. Are you looking for Crix or Ulden?
Let's go with the guy that I guess Crix. Is that who
Yeah, that's what I just hit.
the two you were just fucking up? Yeah, Harry's gonna double up on him.
All right.
Let's go with a level 2 ice knife.
All right.
For an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
That'll do 9 damage.
9 damage.
You said level 2.
Then-
Does that mean you get another D10 here?
Hold on. 1d6 above level 1. So an extra d6.
For the explosive damage.
Well, No, just the It says at higher levels when you cast the spell using a
He
slot
upcasted it.
second or level higher. But I'm wondering why it wouldn't do more damage where I rolled it in D&D Beyond.
Because it's so the
Yep.
impact of the knife itself is the piercing damage. That's always going to be the 1d10.
Yeah.
The cold damage will go from 2d6 to 3d6.
Okay. So the original hit doesn't get upped.
Correct.
Okay.
But the explosive
fine.
damage does.
All right, so let's do explosive damage. Anyone within 5 feet except for my ally because I can sculpt it.
Okay.
We'll have to do a Dex 17 or take
And
Ooh.
3d6.
both of them failed.
So they will both take
18.
10 damage.
I mean, 10's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 10 and 19 total.
And Crix is very bloodied. He is slashed up by Volknar. He is ice knifed by you, Harold. He was slashed, I believe, by Zusanu's sort of blade, whatever that was, whatever.
I firebolted him to start.
Yeah. Oh, you firebolted him to start. Exactly. Like he is not doing well. Is there anything else you would like to or can do on your turn?
Yeah, Harry's gonna get the look in his eye. And whatever movement speed I got left. So I've used 5, 10, 15, 20. So another 10. He's gonna point his spear at that guy and charge.
God.
Nice.
Try to send him to hell.
Gotcha.
Casual, you should approach from a little bit of an angle, and maybe not be in a line directly behind him.
Use that to my advantage.
What would you like to do, Victor?
All right. Victor, I'll use his bonus action first and get second wind out of the way and get some HP back. So I'm going to roll a d10.
God, that's nice.
Get 13 HP.
Not a 1 this time, or a 2.
Yeah. All right. And for my actual moves, I want the halfling because that thing did a lot of damage, and we're pretty upset about it. So we're gonna do a bunch of attacks on the halfling. 23,
That's a hit.
and then 12 damage.
Max damage.
Okay, so that was first attack. Then we will tripper him, her. It looks like a her.
It is a her.
Okay.
Never know these days.
So
Identifies as a lady.
another 6 damage. And she has to pass the strength save.
Okay, which is a. Oh, she's probably gonna fail this. 13.
Yeah, I needed a 15, so that'll fail. So she's
Gotcha.
on the ground. So how's she looking? She's still
So how much damage total was that? I just want to
that
make sure I have it right.
was 18 total damage.
18 total damage. I mean, she's still alive. Not yet bloodied, is what I will
Okay.
say.
So then we'll do our second attack at advantage. It's gonna be a crit.
Oh!
Yikes.
Love
Okay.
to see it. Love to see it.
Needed it.
17
She is now
damage.
bloodied.
All right, so I've used 1. Now bloodied. Okay, we like that. We like bloody. Okay, so I've used 1 superiority die. Let's use a second one. Do more damage. This time it's going to be a menacing attack.
So I will do one thing first. When an allied creature within 60 feet of Athlonia is hit with a melee attack, she can teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet. So she will do this to this spot and force you to reroll your attack on that crit.
Okay. Do I still get advantage on it because she's on the ground, or?
You do get advantage on it because she's
Okay.
on the ground. But you have to take this new one. Is the
Alright.
Just roll another crit. Easy.
I got a 14.
That's still a hit. So go ahead and reroll damage. It's just not going to be.
Okay, so this was still my second attack. So 7 damage, and now
She's still bloodied.
what did I get? I rolled
But-
the menacing attack before. That was Yeah.
Athalonia also gets an attack against you.
okay.
So she will take that.
Victor likes her feistiness.
That's going to be a 24 with her greatsword.
Oh, that'll
and that-
that'll hit. Yeah.
Okay. That will be 1, 2, and this is going to be 2d6 plus 4. Oh wow, for max damage of 16.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Now
every
go ahead on to
time,
your third
so
attack.
wait, I assume she can only. She.
That's her reaction for the turn.
Okay,
That's-
so yeah, she can't react again. Okay, I was gonna
This
say.
is a formidable crew here.
All right. So I rolled the menacing attack on the fire lady, and did 6 Wait, yeah, that was the custom roll. The custom roll was the menacing attack. That's 6 damage, and then she has to do a wisdom save.
Okay. The wisdom save from her is an 8.
That'll fail. Yeah,
9.
she needed a 15. She's on the ground. She's afraid. All bloody. Let's I want to put this thing out of its misery. So we're gonna action surge. And we're gonna run it back. And
Run it back.
She's going to cast shield at this point.
Okay. I didn't even roll my had advantage, but I got a 22 to hit. That
That's still gonna hit.
Yeah.
You should roll the advantage anyway in case you crit.
I mean, sure. For you.
Her AC's
Wow.
a 20 actually.
Ah!
God.
That one taken.
He taketh, he giveth.
Yeah. All
Shit.
right. I want my advantage. Or my crit. Okay. So 11 more. Is she alive?
She is still alive.
Okay. We really want this thing dead, so we're gonna use another superiority die and even more menacing attack. We're gonna get 1 other damage,
Okay.
but
still alive.
we still get another attack because because of action surge. So here we go. This better do it. We're gonna roll our advantage. Let's get another crit. Let's do it. Okay, 26.
Ooh, very close.
6 more damage.
Exactly what you needed to
All
kill
right.
her.
Yes!
Finally. Okay.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. And that's
All my
the-
friends hate that bitch.
Yeah. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Describe your
And
kill.
her life.
Oh, the kill is, just stabbed it.
Stab it.
Yeah.
Cut off her fucking fire hands, bro.
I want to kill. Okay.
So, 2 things happen as you do this. As she is reduced to 0 hit points, flames arc out of her body toward her enemies. Each enemy within 20 feet of her must make a dexterity saving throw, please. So that would be Volknar and Victor.
Jeez.
Harold, you are safe.
Come on, big money.
Ooh.
Got an 8. Yeah.
Look
Samesies.
at it.
Okay. And this will do.
Uh-oh.
So this is going to be a bit of a big one. It's going to do another 4d6. So half a fireball.
Mm.
Not bad. 9 points of damage.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, lucky.
Very good.
All right.
You guys got lucky.
Damn it. Let's see. I'm at 8.
Yeah. We're both at 8.
Yeah.
Big.
But she is dead. And I will pull her out for now. Or actually, I'll just leave her on the ground. I'll just bring her back and turn her upside down. But Ira Fire Touched is no more, as the flames of her body consume all of the organic material around her.
Her allies don't get hit.
It specifically just says enemies. She
Oh.
does have the ability to shape spells. So like Fireball doesn't necessarily hurt her allies.
She did.
She is dead. Let me just check. So is that your full turn, Victor?
Yep, full turn.
Gotcha.
Final answer.
Uldan of the parts unknown will just scream, "No, Ara!" and will immediately. What will he do?
So glad I got that final flip off in before she died.
He will. Oh, I really let these guys get flanked. He will use cunning action, so that as a bonus action, he will disengage. He will run here, behind this pillar, and he will take 3 attacks. Oh gosh, he'll take 3 attacks at Harry.
What?
You got a high AC now. You're fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Got that shield spell too. So
Oh yeah, ready to shield. Ready to shield.
So that's going to be an 18, a 13, and an 11.
How many spells do I got?
What's your AC at?
yeah.
So one of those hit. The first one hit. Well, what did he attack me with?
A longbow.
A longbow? I'll take it.
For that would be 9 points of damage.
The same as half a fireball.
That's going to be his. Let me think. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30. He will move there. He'll end his turn there. Yeah. Go ahead, Zeusinu. What would you like to do?
I don't think I can do any of my area effect stuff anymore. Are Crix and Athlonia, are they within 5 feet of each other?
They are not. They're 10 feet away.
Okay. I think I will pop the Quack Attack Squad out into the hallway.
Pop.
Why can't I select them all? I think I'm gonna do. I think Eldritch Blast is outside of the staff is still my most powerful. So I am going to Eldritch Blast this Athlonia chick because I don't
Okay.
like her. So that is a 24 for the first one. Oof, and a 12 for the second.
The 24 hits, 12 misses.
6 damage.
Okay, and it dents her breastplate armor.
And then Dagger is going to take another swing at her. Ooh, 25.
That is a hit.
Another 8 damage.
And as it dents her armor, she's not able to get her greatsword up in time to be able to deflect your dagger once more.
Afterwards, I make eye contact with her and I do the Daffy Duck, like, slip my tongue out and making goofy faces at her.
Gotcha.
Taunting.
Is that the full turn?
I'm gonna move closer. I wonder how much movement do I have? So I can probably move.
Which
here,
one's the
maybe?
real you? Is it the Quack Attack or Squad?
I think
I
it's
don't
squad.
remember. I think it's squad, but
It's
I
squad.
honestly don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's squad.
I don't think I can. So I already moved 15 feet. Yeah, so this is as far as I can go.
It will be Crix's turn. So sadly, I can't do maybe his coolest thing. Gosh. He will. Same in each form. That doesn't help. Trying to make him live. Find another day. I guess he's just going to heat metal again on Victor. I think that's probably the most effective thing he can do. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Let me check one thing, sorry. This is always the trouble for me with playing spellcasting NPCs in battle. It's because I don't have every spell perfectly memorized. Ooh, that's a great one. He will do this. He will use spike growth. And spike growth will be centered on 20-foot radius. Let me just check something. 20-foot radius is going to be there. He will use spike growth and cast it here. This way it does not hurt Athlonia, but it will hurt the Quack Attack Squad and Victor. And it's only when they move within the area, but the area becomes difficult terrain. Let me toss down a nice big... Make it green. A nice big radius. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oops, wrong spot. 5, 10, 15, 20, right there. So whenever anyone moves through this area, you do have to take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet you travel. You don't take damage now, and there is no save against it.
If we kill Crix, does it disappear?
Yes, because this is a concentration spell, I believe. Actually, yes, it is concentration.
I'm just going to assume this hallway is too narrow for me to fly in.
No, it's about 10 feet tall, 12 feet tall. You could fly in here. He will. Gosh, will he move?
This guy's a prick.
Trapping
He
Alistair in the
will-
room.
Yeah, I was gonna charge Athlonia.
Can you
I can't.
can
Do you
you
have Misty Step?
yeah, you can blink out of there.
I have to be able to see.
Oh, true. You can Misty Step onto spikes that are closer to your target.
I don't like that.
He's going to move away from Volknar.
Does that mean I get an attack of opportunity?
It does if you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I would like.
Like indeed.
Ooh, 24 to hit.
That is a hit. But as you do this, I'm going to use Athlonia's power, and she is going to zip over to you here. You have to re-roll that.
Reroll the
The
hit.
attack. Yeah.
That's actually probably a good thing. Or never mind. I was looking at the damage as the roll.
22.
Okay. Still going to be a hit. Go ahead and roll that damage. She will take 1 attack on you.
Ugh.
She
6
gets
plus
a...
2
So it's
for 8
9 damage.
8
go ahead and describe your kill on Crix.
Nice.
I'll cut off his stupid little hooves.
He's got a hyena paws.
I'll cut off his stupid little hyena paws and watch him bleed out and laugh.
A 12 does not hit you, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So It was a gambit on my part, but it was an attempt to try to do something at least. And I got her away from Volknar, or Victor, excuse me, so it kind of worked. Crix is dead. He is down on the ground. No more cute little paws.
Spell's gone.
Spell is gone.
Alistair is free.
Get rid of
Yeah,
go.
that.
cool, cool.
Dumbass Crick's trying to move away. Idiot.
It was a gamble, but I got Athlonia out of there, so it's kind of worth it. Go ahead, Alistair. What would you like to do?
Let's see. Bonus action dash. 1, 2. Okay, so there's my first half of my movement.
Oh, Quack Attack Squad high fives Alistair as he Nardu runs by.
You get
All right.
1 real high five and 3 fakes.
All right. I still have 5 movement to spare, but that's good enough. I can attack from here. The bitch in front of me. Teleporting bitch, Alistair says, and then attacks with his rapier. Oh, gonna miss, I assume.
Yes, that is a miss.
Alistair drops his head in shame. Stands there because I don't want to move out of her space.
Yeah, but pats him on the back. Good try, buddy.
It is always next time.
You were probably like really intimidating. You ran up with your little yell, trying to poke her with your little sword.
Yeah.
Okay. Athlonia will. She's just gonna start swinging.
Oh god,
She needs
no.
she needs to start swinging. She'll take an attack against Volknar first. That's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Ugh, it's a hit.
Okay, it's gonna be 2d6 from the greatsword, and then it's gonna be an extra d6 of necrotic damage.
Volknar's down.
But you get back up because your trait.
Oh yeah, so I go down first.
Gets knocked down. It gets
Right.
up again.
Yeah.
Don't let
Never
this
gonna
bitch keep
keep
you
him
down.
down. Okay. So you're back standing, and as you fall down, she turns to Alistair to take on Alistair. She will attack him with her greatsword as well. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
That'll do it.
It will be 2d6 of necrotic and 1d6 of, 2d6 of greatsword and 1d6 of necrotic. That is going to be 13 total damage because of the +4 from her strength.
All right. I'm gonna use my rogue stuff to block half of it.
Okay, so that would be the 3 and the 2. So take 7. Take 4 points less of damage. So 9 total.
Okay. Alistair's got 1 HP.
Oh, okay. 1 HP for you. Damn it, I don't want to move her. Or do I? No, she'll stay right there. That will be her full turn. That brings us around in the turn order. Volknar, what would you like to do?
Do I get advantage on an attack roll because of Alistair?
You do not get advantage, but Alistair would be able to use his sneak attack.
What does that mean?
Because
hit
you are engaging the enemy.
Yeah. But if I hit, I just get more damage.
Okay. All right. I will just do regular greatsword attack against Athlonia, the dumbass elf bitch.
The moon's eclipse.
Let's go with a 23 to hit.
That is a hit.
10 plus 2, 12 damage.
All right. That is 12 solid points of damage against her.
I will swing again. Well, let me see. What does the potion of healing do? What is it again?
2d4 plus 2, I think.
2d4 plus 2. Okay, So I get 3 actions. Does it matter which one I do first? Because I want to attack and use the potion. Does it matter which order I do that in?
No, because the potion is a bonus action. So
Okay.
you're good. You're good to use that whenever.
Okay. Well, I'll swing my sword again. 15 to hit.
That is not a hit.
Damn.
Just
Okay.
impacts upon her chainmail.
I will use the potion, and it's 2d4 plus 2.
Mhm.
So- What the fuck is that?
You get to reroll the 1. So roll 1 more 1d4.
Okay. So 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Harold. Mr. Alcantara, what would you like to do?
Well, Harry's got to redirect his rage because Crix died. Has Alden taken any damage?
Aldoon has taken some damage, but not much.
Um, all right. Well, I guess.
Dude, you gotta kill this fucking Athlone bitch.
Yeah. All right. Harry will do another ice knife at her. Actually, try to save some. 6. Ice knife or lightning lure. Let's do lightning lure. She doesn't look that strong. Harry's gonna see his teammates getting all beat up and try to Mortal Kombat lightning lure Athonia back towards him.
Okay.
That's a
And I
strength
have to make a...
17.
Gotcha. For 21.
And nothing happens, I think. Hold on. The target must succeed in a strength throw and then take damage over them. Okay, yeah, I don't think anything happens.
Okay.
Then Harry's gonna try to chase Alden a little bit. Try to get on his heels. I'll let him get away. Good luck, boys.
That brings us over to Victor. What would you like to do?
I'll use my bonus action to use a potion of healing. 2d4. So it's +4, so I get 6.
You get to reroll both of those, sorry.
Okay. Oh shit. 2d4.
Oh man,
Yeah,
you guys suck at drinking healing potions.
So 10. Okay, so. Oh wait. Yeah, 10 heal. Okay. Now we're feeling a little better. We're going to run up and sandwich this lady.
Murderize
You
that.
do have
bitch.
advantage now because of Alistair.
Okay. 17 to hit.
That is a miss, sadly.
Damn. All right. Well, we're gonna try it again. Our extra attack. 21.
That is a hit.
All right. So 10 damage. And you know what? We're all in at this point, so we're gonna use our last die to do a menacing attack on her.
Gotcha.
and do one more point of damage, but she's got to do that wisdom save.
And she got a 19 for the wisdom
Well,
save.
she passed. So yeah, that's all my stuff.
Okay. Let's see. That brings us to Alden. He will. So he's got a clear shot at two characters, Victor and Harold. He is going to step backwards from Harold and take one shot at you, Harold. For a 20. Which I assume hits. And that will do 12 points of damage.
Does Harold want to use his shield spell? And
Did we lose him? He might be muted or something.
Harry on mute.
He might have lost connection again like he did last time or something for a moment.
Harold.
He's still in Owlbear and Discord.
Yeah.
He's probably stepped away or something.
I
We'll come
mean,
back.
he already lost some damage, or took some damage. I don't think he would, if he could shield spell that, I'm pretty sure he would do it. I don't want to, speak for him, but
Yeah, I'm going to have Alden attack you anyways, Victor. So
yeah, Victor,
we'll go
Victor
to
will
that
take it.
momentarily. And a 12 does not hit. And as the second arrow of the 3 glances off, he will take another at you. And again, a 15 is not going to cut it. So depending on what Harry says when he comes back, we will determine what happens with that. But I am going to move with this guy, and I'm just going to check 1, 2, 3,
So did he do like a fadeaway?
9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, pretty much actually.
Nice.
And he's going to use the dash action to go up into here. And so Harry can see him turn into the room. And we'll just give him that damage when he's back. Made a note of it. That will be Alden's turn. Zeusny, what would you like to do?
Let's see. So I'm do I have enough movement? Yeah. So I'm gonna yell out let's get dangerous. And I'm going to fly over Volknar and come over on the other side of Athlonia.
Giggity.
Huh?
Oh boy. People are coming.
And then I am going to. So would I? Since she's like surrounded, would I have advantage?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Everyone has advantage on her at this point.
I am going to green flame blade the fuck out of her.
Do it. I don't even know what that means, but do it.
Damn it. I miss.
Okay.
But dancing dagger, are you gonna miss? Yep.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Wait, did
Is there
Dancing
anything
Dagger get
else?
advantage or no?
I'm going to say no because it's not a creature.
It just kind of like floats around.
I think you have to be a creature to get and give disadvantage. Or advantage. Excuse me.
Well, my turn amounted to a whole lot of nothing.
She's got high AC.
She does.
Yeah, but still, with a +7, only getting a 15 is my highest. Snoo quacks dispiritedly and just
Okay.
kind of squares up to her and taunts her.
Okay.
I think she has high wisdom.
She has decent wisdom. Harry, it's either take 12 damage
Oh,
or
sorry.
use up a shield.
At this point, what'd you say? Yeah, it's shield. Boom.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. So no damage on that one.
Easy decision.
Yeah.
Alistair, go ahead. It's your turn.
Alistair sees that the boys are, surrounding this lady, and they seem to have her taken care of, I suppose, for the moment. Let's see.
Hey, we got this, Alistair. You go do your
3,
thing.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bonus action dash. Right here, and then peeks around the corner and says, "Where do you think you're going, ugly?" To Alden, and he's casting Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him.
Okay. What save is that?
Ooh, hold on, I might have to get closer. Am I within 30 feet here?
Let's double check.
No. So I gotta get a little closer.
Yeah, it's 40.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. So here, that should be close enough.
Perfect. And you do have half cover because of the weapon rack there.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was going for. And you need to beat a 13 wisdom, my friend.
All right. That would be a 4.
And he is prone. Or,
Alright.
let's see. Is it prone or is it paralyzed?
I think it's prone.
You're at least prone. I'm just reading it now. Yeah, you're prone. That's it. And become incapacitated.
And so he is prone and incapacitated. How much damage?
No damage. He's just prone. He can't move until he saves.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that your full turn?
That's it. Yeah,
All right.
I'm happy. It actually hit.
It is Athlonia's turn. She is going to attack. Oh gosh, she's going to attack Volknar first. Wait a second. Did you disengage? You didn't disengage, did you?
Oh shoot. I guess I didn't.
I'll let it slide. So the first attack is going to be the 9. That is a 15 against Volknar. Does that hit?
15 does not hit.
Okay, the second attack is a critical hit for 26.
Ugh.
That is going to be against Victor.
Oh. Okay.
What was the 20, the Victor one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this is going to be 16 points of sword damage, 5 points of necrotic, 21, and then 25 total points of damage against
Did she want to take her swing at Volknar first before me, right?
She did. She took
All
the
right.
first one.
I still get critted, but I'll use my reaction to use Sentinel to get an attack in there. And I get an 11. But yeah, so how much damage do I take from the crit?
25 total points of damage.
Damn.
And a 17 plus 6, 23 against Zusanu.
Oh, I have several rolls I have to make. Let's see. So mirror step. I think as long as I roll above a 6, I think it misses me.
Okay.
Let's see. Must roll a 6 or higher. Alright, so she targeted one of my duplicates. So the is gone. Now we're just the Quack Attack Squad.
Okay. So she takes a swing at Volknar, who ducks and goes straight into the shoulder of Victor. And Victor goes down with the force of the blow. And she's able to pull back and out and swing the sword sort of like over her head, and literally would have lopped off one of the heads of the ducks, and yet it just disappears instead.
But he looked very surprised as he was disappearing.
Volkdar also screamed out, "No, Victor!"
My boy.
And that actually brings it back to you, Volknar.
All right, so I get
Revenge.
Can I double rage?
Right?
All right, my first attack will be a Great Weapon Master attack because I have advantage.
Okay.
25 to hit.
That is a hit.
Ooh. So 15 plus 10 for 25 plus 2 for 27.
I mean, she is
My
bloodied.
goodness. My goodness. What a gamble there, because she's got a high AC, my man.
Right.
Holy shit.
Dude, this is what she gets for taking down one of the burly boys.
Yeah. So I will do another Great Weapon Master attack at advantage. For 16 to hit.
That is a miss, sadly.
Alright, I'll do my last attack. Oh, so I need a fucking 17 or higher? Fuck.
You need an 18 or higher.
Ugh. Alright, I'll just do a regular attack then. 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
Or 11 plus 2, 13 damage.
How would you like to do this?
Oh shit!
That dumbass bitch. I'm gonna cut off her fucking hand with that fucking dumbass sword in it.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna bring my axe back and slam it into her breastplate.
So, as you slice her hand off, you can see any magic that the sword seemed to possess dissipate. And you can see that as her hand falls to the floor, the magic was coming from her, because not just blood pours out of her wrist. And as she looks up at you, she says, "Salvation will take me," and then you just put the axe directly through the breastplate, and she's dead on the ground.
And as I do that, I say, "For Victor!"
Who was sleeping soundly on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go to who's the next person in the order? Harold, what would you like to do?
So our room is clear, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is there? Yeah.
Let's try to keep this guy alive for questioning. The
Mhm.
bowman.
He's currently incapacitated and prone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get a measuring stick here. 35 plus 25. 60. Ooh, I can run all the way to him. All right. Harry's going to run all the way down the corridor. And to here. And use a charge of his glasses. Which is charm person. So a 13 wisdom. Is he a person?
He is a
He's
person,
right?
and so I have to make a 13 wisdom save. Let's see. He gets a 17.
Okay. And does so with advantage if you are if it fails to throw. Okay, so I guess nothing.
Okay.
And that's it.
Let's see. That brings us to Victor.
Down at the moment.
Death saving throw, please.
What am I rolling?
Death saving throw.
Just a D20.
D20. Okay. D20. There it is. 14.
That is a save.
Cool.
Love to
So I
hear it.
think you click save. Is
I
there a thing
I
for you to
clicked.
click
Yeah,
save?
one success,
Yep.
He's good on that.
0
yeah.
failure.
If you get a natural one, it's 2 automatic failures instead of 1.
That sounds bad.
It is bad.
What if you get a 20? Is it 2 saves?
It is. It is 2 natural successes. Yep.
So is it 3 saves and you're back up? Or
Three
do you
I
still need
know-
someone
you're
to
at-
save you?
I know you guys
Yeah.
aren't gonna let me die, so
No, we're
worried
not
about
gonna
it.
let you die.
Just only
But I just want to know the rules again
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember.
3
You know what?
failures is a pure death.
Mhm.
3 successes is 0 HP, not bleeding out anymore. Stable on the ground.
Okay.
Somebody could still double tap you, however.
For insta death.
Yeah. So if that was Victor's turn, that brings us to Alden. He doesn't have his turn, is that right? For this spell, Tasha's? Do I do it at the end of my turn?
Let's see.
Is he giggling like a little schoolgirl?
Yeah. Stand up. Creature with at the end of its turn. Each time it takes damage, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so his turn will go by, he will make the wisdom saving throw, and he will fail.
Nice. Yeah. So if we damage him, he gets to roll again. So keep that in mind, and he gets advantage on those rolls from damage.
That makes sense. Gotcha. So that would be Alden of Parts Unknown's turn. Zusanu, what would you like to do?
Let's see who's near me. So I guess I can probably help our boy Victor. But first, while he's down the ground, is he still clutching that sword tightly?
The cursed sword?
Yeah.
Yes,
Can I
he
like
is.
I can't like push it out of his hand with like
You
the
can-
butt of my staff?
You cannot.
I tried, Victor. So I will use my action to heal him for 15 HP.
nice.
No,
Wow.
not 15. For a 13 HP.
I mean, we'll still take it.
Anything to get that boy up again.
That's pretty good.
Then I'd toss my manacles over to Volknar and say, "Go get that last motherfucker. Let's find out why these guys are chasing us."
What manacles? What?
They already told us why.
Who do they work for? Like, we need more
Yeah, I know.
information.
I understand.
Like how much like what's our bounty? I want to know how much they're being paid to hunt us down.
We have questions. All right.
Alistair, what would you like to do?
Alistair has the man laughing his dick off because of his funny joke and spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's most of my movement, and I'm gonna pull up my rope and tie this chump up while he's laughing his tits off.
Cool. Can you just make a dexterity check for me? Just because he's sort of thrashing around, he's technically still hostile. I'm gonna make one at disadvantage on this. Let's just do this. Oh my goodness.
Ow.
All right.
He's
Uh,
squirmy.
He is super squirmy. The joke was that funny. In
Joke
fact,
was
you
so
think
powerful.
you think he might have peed himself a little.
Ooh.
Harry, help me tie this guy up. This guy pissed his pants.
Go ahead, Volknar. What would you like to do?
All right.
Does he? No, he already did his thing. Never mind. Go ahead, Volknar.
All right. So if I move and dash, I can get right next to Alistair. Right here. So that means I have 2 attacks left.
Using dash means you use what's it called?
Bonus action.
Your full action.
Yeah, an
Do
action.
you get that as a bonus action as a barbarian?
Nah.
I don't know. Do I? Because I get 3
No.
actions, right?
You
some
get
reason.
your action, movement, and bonus action.
Yeah, I don't think the extra attack counts as an action. It's not like an extra action. It's an extra attack.
All right. So if I go, so I think this is my 40 movement, right? No, this is my 40 movement.
Yeah, that's 40 movement.
Okay. Then if I dash, can I attack after that or no?
If you dash, no, unless it is unless the dash is a bonus action for some reason, which I almost think might be a barbarian thing at some point. But I'm just double checking for you really quick.
Okay.
So right now, you do not have dash would be an action, so you would not be able to attack afterwards.
Not at all.
Correct.
Ugh. Okay. Well, in that case,
It's still a no.
Oh, you could no, sorry, you could use your frenzy. I'm sorry. You could use your frenzy as the bonus action. So you could dash all the way up to him, I assume, and then do it.
What's
okay.
frenzy?
Or you could get next to Alistair at least.
Just
You could
like
get,
extra turn thing.
Yeah.
it's how
and
he
if-
takes 3 attacks normally.
Yeah. So. And what happens when I hit him? He gets to roll a saving throw.
Yeah, and so he would
So-
do so at advantage.
Yeah,
Only if I hit him,
Correct.
if you attack, yeah.
or if I attack.
If you hit him.
If I hit him. What do we think, boys? Do I want to hit him or no?
We want to restrain him. We
Um,
want to tie him up.
Use the manacles I just gave you. I
Okay.
just handed you handcuffs.
Okay, that's true.
Fucking
That's
cuff
true.
'em.
All right. So if I go this way, 30 feet. So I'm just gonna dash all the way up here, and then I will try to throw the manacles on him, and hopefully, because I'm on the other side, an advantage roll.
He's a squirmy one.
And what do I throw? To put manacles on him.
Let me see. 5, 10. I'm gonna say that that's gonna be an action. So you could hand them to Harry if you want, but I don't think you yourself can use them.
With the manacles,
Not on this turn, at least.
I can only attack.
You could do a bonus action, and based on the things that you have left, I think using the manacles would be an action to cuff him.
Okay. So
Can he do that as his frenzy action in lieu of an attack?
I'm gonna say no on that.
you can hand them off to Harold because he goes next, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll stand back here and I'll hand them to Harry.
Okay. And Harry, what would you like to do?
And I'll move my 10 feet back, and
Okay.
so I'll just try to get safe. I don't want to get shot by a bow.
Would manacling the guy and using a charge of my glasses, are those the same action types?
No, they are not.
They're
I would say you have
opposites?
to choose one or the other.
Meaning they are. I have to pick one or the other. I can't do both in a turn.
Sorry, that's exactly right.
Um,
Oh, glasses. You haven't
would his-
used them yet.
well, he did once and he saved, but does his laughing impede anything with this? And,
He
what
he
is it?
technically rolls at disadvantage.
Wisdom. Yeah. All right, I'll try the charm person more. I think I'd rather
Do
do
it.
that than tie him up.
Yeah, like we've already
So,
manacled people, but we've never charmed anyone.
Yeah, let's try to charm him. I'll try one more time. Another charge.
Uh,
That's,
se- 17?
13.
Well, at least you're getting the good wisdom saves on this stupid charm person spell and not trying to escape the
All right,
laughing.
then Harry will shrug his shoulders and toss the manacles to Alistair.
Gotcha. Victor, what would you like to do?
Let's see how much movement we're working with here. Dang.
You should dash. All the cool kids are doing it.
Or wouldn't you have to use your movement to get back to stand back up,
Oh.
Like
Half
all of it?
movement. Just
or half of it at least?
Okay. Yeah.
Half the initial. And then
We will. We'll rummage. We'll use our turn to rummage through Athlonia's her belongings. See what she's got.
Okay. She has a great sword. She has the. I mean, the breastplate that she has is pretty battered at this point. She has 22 gold and 15 silver. And it's strange. She doesn't really have much on her, to the point where you would normally expect someone coming down into the Undermountain to have a lot more on them, but she does have a pair of manacles of her own.
Okay, cool. Very suspicious that she,
Ooh, maybe she's got fancy ones.
sounds like, so she had manacles and they're looking for us, so these might be some kind of like bounty hunters or something.
Mm.
All right.
is it true
End
they were? Did
turn.
we confirm they were after us?
That's what they said. That's why we want to talk to this Alden guy.
What group did they say they were part of?
They did.
They did not.
Yeah, it's
Part
Oh,
of the
the
interrogation.
weird fire halfling thing was yelling something out.
yeah. Well, we'll find out. Victor ends turn.
Okay. So Alden's gonna make his wisdom saving throw. An 11 does not succeed, I assume. That brings
Nope.
us to Zusanu.
This is great.
We
That's
cannot do anything to this guy.
No, this. He's been on the ground for a long time. This is great.
Oh, I know.
He's been down there for at least 3 rounds at this point.
Yeah,
But Harry hasn't done shit.
we've just been trying to restrain him.
And he's been laughing the whole time, and we've been unsuccessful.
I can't get up
I
to you
imagine
guys,
this
so I
whole
guess
scene
I'll.
is him just laughing and us just fumbling and bumbling, not being able to manacle him, and not being able to
Yeah.
hit a spell on him.
I mean,
and
yeah,
That's-
it's hilarious.
That's
Not
actually
much-
what he's laughing at. He's laughing at you guys.
Mother.
Like Victor went to take the manacles out and was like fumbling it and dropped them, and Harry caught him and like had to hot potato it over to Alistair.
Some Three Stooges shit going on right now.
But I guess I'm gonna go. I'll go rummage around in the this lady, fire touched. See what she's got.
Zeus, I hate to call you out, but I was looking at my walking speed and I have 40, and I'm checking out to see if anybody else had it. And you only have 25 walking speed.
Oh, yeah, but what's his flying?
Yeah, but my flying speed is 50,
Oh,
and my swimming speed is 40,
Burn!
nice.
and I can breathe underwater.
Okay, that's sick.
He's actually just a penguin. He just slides across the ground.
Yeah, come at me again, Volknar. That walking speed shit.
I'm just saying.
Waddling
Oh, yeah.
speed, okay?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm like 3.5 feet tall. I'm a fucking duck. I can't walk very fast. All right. Have you ever seen a duck walk?
All right, do your rummaging.
Rummage, rummage, rummage.
Amongst who? The fire mage.
Fire
So she
touch.
actually has nothing left on her. The fire that like exploded out of her body consumed all of her clothing. There are charred
So she's got
bones.
titties out.
Like, maybe to speed up the after battle, I'll search Crix as well.
And he has basically the same thing as Athlonia, a pair of manacles, a scimitar, a short bow. Really nothing of value. He doesn't even actually have gold on him.
Oh, we
Very
got solid
Bunch of
scimitar
whores.
short bow attacks.
I look over at Victor as like, we're emptying out these pockets, and I'm like, yo, what is this?
Who's her gold carrier?
These people really thought they could come after us. They got nothing on them. No
I
equipment.
got all these handcuffs. I think they were meant for us.
It must
Alistair,
be. Well, we'll have to take a look at them. It's kind of fancy ass handcuffs.
go ahead and make a check, Alistair, if you want to put some manacles on this guy.
All right. Perhaps a sleight of hand.
Sure. That's fine. This is
Oh
his
my god.
defensive roll. You're good. You get the handcuffs on him. Let's see if
Hey.
he stops laughing. He does. He finally stops laughing.
As soon as the handcuffs are on, it ain't funny no more.
Okay, so we are out of combat.
Just in time.
Let's take just like a 3. Let's be back at 8:55 or so, and we'll pick it back up in a minute. So, would you guys like to hop back into the room?
Yeah, we're gonna go see what's going on.
I'd motion to Victor to let's drag Athlonia's dead body in there with us to intimidate him.
I don't know. If,
So we can see that we killed the leader.
Yeah, I mean, just because I got the sword and the shield and yeah, I don't know.
I'll pull. You just like kick her with your feet.
All right, well, let's just get in the room. Whether we're dragging his dead body or not, let's get in this room and you know, see what's going on. All right. Okay. So, did we observe any tattoos on these people?
You did not. There are no
Okay.
tattoos observable on them.
So, might not be any gang affiliation. All right. All right. Yeah. So I think Zeus knew. You're gonna probably do the interrogation here. So we're gonna want to know like who they are, who they work for, what they're doing down here,
What does he do?
if they know anything about Vajra. You know, everything. We want to know everything.
Would they have what I mentioned that we were when I dropped all those proper nouns earlier? Would I have noticed them react in any way? Like when I mentioned like the Lords of Waterdeep or Blackstaff, or most importantly, Prestige Worldwide.
Make an insight check. A retroactive insight check.
Oh, 7.
I mean, they knew who you were. You don't know if they necessarily knew who Prestige Worldwide was, but they at least knew who you were because it was very clear they were looking for you on some level.
Let's see. So I want to be intimidating, but that is not a strong role. So I gotta be persuasive. So I guess I'd lean down close to him and let him know. Be like, all right, you're the rest of your party. They're all dead. So why don't you tell us, why you're hunting us, and maybe you can get out of this alive.
Do you want to do persuasion or intimidation?
Persuasion.
Go for it.
17.
Okay. He kind of looks at you all. He kind of looks at you all in general once across each other, and he says, I hunt those who've grown fat on the lives of others. You seemed like a good target. Someone wanted to give us a lot of coin for this.
How much coin?
I'm not gonna name who it was.
All
And
right.
he looks over at you at the question of how much coin, and he goes, 1,000 gold.
Alistair
Just
looks a little proud at the boys. He's like, 1,000 gold. That's not bad.
I look
No.
over to Volknar and I say, hold his hand out for me.
Well, what I wanted to do was punch him in the face with an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Do I do that a roll at advantage?
You don't even need to roll because it's going to be an auto hit.
The
So
idea
what's
is
your,
we have him like pinned up against this weapons rack right now. That's the idea.
I'm gonna punch him for 5 damage.
Okay. So you're beating him into a pulp.
Yep.
He like spits out a tooth, smiles at you. Oh, you're just as bad as the nobility whose coin I take.
Oh, so it sounds like a fucking gang, huh?
Oh, no gang. You don't understand. My family and I, my friends who you killed, we're just looking to make some coin, and sometimes when nobility gets in the crosshairs, we try to let the arrow fly.
Oh, this is the bitch with the other bloodstone, huh? The other eye?
I don't know what you're talking about. All they asked was either we get the, what did they call it? The Stone of Galore off you, some green sort of rock, or bring
Oh,
you in, or kill you.
Oh, that bitch's kid has cancer or some shit, right? He's dying.
That's
I
like demons.
I don't know what you're talking about. He actually looks confused at a bunch of that.
I'll punch him again.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm gonna
legends.
reach. I'm gonna reach out, like wrap him on the forehead with my staff to get his attention, and then let cast acid splash. So that acid is like dripping off my staff down onto the like between his legs, burning a hole in the floor. And tell him we'd really appreciate a name.
Go ahead and roll intimidation, and you
Uh,
can do so at advantage based on what's happened so far.
Ooh, big roll, 23.
Okay. So he withholds. So like, Volknar's holding him by the head, punches him twice. As this is happening, you begin to drip acid closer and closer to parts unknown, just like his name. And as you get very close, he goes, all right, all right, all right. And you can see him beginning to squirm back. And he's like, don't take the manhood. Don't take it. And he goes, fine, fine, fine. I will give you a name if you take off the manacles and let me get out of here.
Name first.
That's not how this is going to work.
Well, Victor, Volknar, maybe get on either side of him, get a good hold on him. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere when I take these off.
Alistair draws his rapier, puts it to his throat, and says, in what world do you have any what's it called? Any pull here with this situation? We're the ones calling the shots, not you.
If you kill me, you won't get a name.
Well, that's up to you.
Are you going to kill me whether or not I give you a name? Feels like I've got quite a bit of pull here. Kind of looks around at the lot of you. Have you ever done this before?
Oh yeah, many times.
Uh,
Haven't you
for
heard of
me.
us?
Sorry, what did you call yourselves again?
Prestige worldwide.
Go make an insight check.
Seven.
No, never heard of you. Should I have? He legitimately looks very confused.
Maybe. Alistair puts his rapier away. It's like, well, I guess you guys got this handled.
Yeah, look. Victor takes off the manacles, tells him, give us a name and you'll be free to go.
He starts rubbing his wrists and walking a little. He's like, "Oh, thank you," and starts like sliding by. Look, he gets on the other side of the weapons rack, so there's something between a lot of you. His weapons he does not have. You guys have them, I assume, on some level.
Can I cast Eldritch Blast like next to him, like at the ground at his feet?
Sure.
I don't want to. I see him like slinking off. I'm like, yeah, don't be trying to
Gotcha.
run off.
No. You wanted a name. I'll give you a name. I'll give you more than that if you let me live, but we need to begin moving towards the exit. You see, I want to make it out of here alive without the lot of you getting the name and then just killing me.
Well, I mean, that wasn't part of the deal.
The thing is, like, we still have something we gotta fix.
Look, I've done this before. This is no rodeo.
Look, I mean, if you're really
Look.
just like adventurers out for like coin, like we have no real quarrel. You know,
Yeah.
just two different, two ships passing the night, and our ship just happened to be a lot stronger than yours.
That
If
is
you
true.
give us what we want, then our quarrel is finished.
And he sort of looks around the room at like the corners of the room, up and at the corners of the room. Um, don't see anything, so I don't think they're scrying on us. Look, it's the Castellanter family. Lady and Lord Castellanter summoned us. My understanding is that Athalonia knew them. Something about brotherhood. I'm not fully sure what that means. They wanted us to either kill you and take the Stone of Galore, or take the Stone of Galore off you and return with it. They have been scrying on you, hence why I was looking around. I just want my life. I really don't want to die down in this terrible, decrepit dungeon.
Your loyalties to coin, correct?
It's to coin and not to nobility, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, as a noble, we just happen to have the most amount of coin. But how about this? You've been helpful. You've been forthcoming. Seem like a useful fella to have around. Maybe we come to some kind of arrangement.
Do we let
We wouldn't mind having someone on the inside with the Castellaners who can let us know their comings and goings and what's going on.
I mean, I'm not sure I can get back in, but I can at least describe to you what I saw, and I can, well, being a lookout, a spy, a scout, that's my bread and butter.
How about this? We should send him to collect his bounty. So how are you going to prove that you killed us?
I don't need to if I have the stone, or something that looks like the stone.
We could do that and set up some kind of trap. Now, you would be rewarded handsomely, of course, for your help.
What if we have them meet Aldrin at Prestige Worldwide, and then we just ambush them? Or maybe not Prestige Worldwide, but someplace.
Yeah, I'm thinking we tell him to go just back to our bar, wait there for us, while we finish looking for Vajra.
You own a bar, why didn't you say so sooner?
Oh yeah, that probably would have stopped the fight in the very beginning, huh? If we said you can drink for
Whoa.
free.
I mean, not necessarily, but like, it might have helped.
Zusunu is warming up to this fellow.
Guess we're not
Can I-
invited to the ball.
Can I speak Orcish to him and then maybe try to become chummy? I don't know what I'd say, but I just want to become chummy and, friends.
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for that.
Orktar Orgar.
Volknar. Volknar. I chose my name based off of what you move Warcraft 3 grunts with. And they say Volknar. and I just tried to say that. And I was like, oh shit, that's actually exactly how I chose my name. Persuasion check.
Yes, me lord.
Yes, me lord. 9.
He goes, oh, that orc to orc shit doesn't work on me, dude. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna punch him in the mouth again.
Oh, I'm not gonna have any teeth left if you keep doing that.
Well, you gotta fucking start becoming friends with me, bro.
I gave you the names. I'm trying to leave with my life.
Hey, you're not gonna leave with any teeth, bro.
Oh man.
I didn't mean to click it 3 times, but
What do you guys think? Should we send him back to the bar? Maybe we can use him later.
And we should blindfold him.
I mean,
I don't know. It's an option. It would give us another way to approach the Castellanton situation if we chose, but I don't know how much more use this guy is beyond that.
I mean, that could be pretty useful.
What
If we could set up some kind of trap or something, or
Castellanton?
maybe if we don't invite him back to the bar, we just we let him go and get a way to get in touch with him later.
No, dude, he's gonna run. He's gonna run.
Yeah, if we let this guy go, he's long gone.
we should
say we
ask when did he come down here? Like, what day did you come down here?
He looks at you and he goes, today is, and it's only a day after you've come down.
Okay.
So it's only been about 24 hours, you believe.
Okay.
Like, how the fuck did the Castellaners know that we were down here?
Well, he
It
told us
spreads.
they've been spying on us.
Yeah. Well, we just like because we know there's like a party in like 3 weeks or something that we've been invited to, but it sounds like we're not invited anymore.
Or we're invited, but it's a big trap.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah, what little buddy, what do you know about like a party / trap that they've been setting up in the next few weeks? They mention anything about that to you?
They were bringing in loads and loads of what appeared to be ale in giant barrels when we were there.
What kind of ale?
Uh, something about something from the monks of Candlekeep. I believe it was candle wax beer.
Oh, bro, we can't miss this party.
Well, we're definitely, we'll
They're trying to kill us.
yeah, unfortunately, oh man, I hate this. I really hate this. Unfortunately, I think we've given this guy too much information now.
Yes. Alistair nods. Then makes his way towards the door over here, and then gives Victor the nod.
Oh wait, no, give Harry the nod because Harry needs to charge his staff.
Harry is not here right now.
Harry has kids that he's working with.
Oh,
So yeah.
I mean, we haven't really given him any information that isn't already like common knowledge about us.
But
we siege worldwide.
he knows
You
that
started
we
mentioning the party and then 3 weeks and
Yeah.
stuff.
he knows that we know. And now the Castellaners
The
might
party
know that we
they
know
invited us
and
to?
This guy's a loose end.
like Victor really hates loose ends.
Yeah, I mean, I watched you kill your own father in a previous campaign.
Yeah. So I think Victor's gonna try to kill him.
Zeusnu doesn't agree with it, but he won't stop you.
Yeah, Victor is gonna go for a sword thrust through the chest cavity.
Before
Okay.
Victor does that, Volkner puts his hand on Victor's chest. It says, "Wait 1 moment,"
Okay.
and then
Well.
punches him in the face again.
Okay.
And right before he kills it, I'm gonna cast suggestion on him, and a suggestion is just gonna increase, so that hopefully his death isn't super terrible.
Okay. And you see this happen. It's still not great. You're able to put your sword through him the two necessary times to put him on the ground. And Alden of parts unknown remains from parts unknown.
Fuck, we should have asked him where he was from.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
Right?
So we'll remain.
That could have been
Well,
part of your
check-
orc
maybe-
bonding.
maybe he's
Could have
got-
been your
in his
orc
pocket.
bonding
Maybe
thing.
he's got a
and,
wallet.
Anyway.
As this happens, how long does the drift globe last? Does anyone know?
It just lets me cast light at will. So it lasts as long as the light spell lasts, so an hour.
Can we pop a short rest?
Dude, we need to go back to Prestige and do a long rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
We still have to find Vajra, so we should just find a safe place and do a long rest down here.
How
He didn't know anything about Vajra, right?
do we want to stay down here till we find Vajra? Like
I'll just leave Vajra.
Like, is she even here?
like I don't want to ask this because it sounds like we're probably not supposed to know, but like, were we even supposed to come down here and find Vajra like immediately? Like
This was all. There's never a wrong option.
yeah.
This was a viable path.
Oh, okay. So
This was a
okay.
viable path for multiple different outcomes, for multiple different adventures simultaneously.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I got one more short rest die left, and yeah.
Well, okay, so what do we think about this? We chop off these 4 adventurers' heads. We put them in a bag. We throw them over the Castle Lantern's gate. And then we go back to Prestige Worldwide, take a long rest, and then we come back down here.
I still think we should take a long rest down here.
I think
Just
leaving
set up
the dungeon
watches.
and coming back is not a good idea. We should just rest here.
Can we
Alright.
long rest here?
We could. It's just risky.
Yeah, we can long rest anywhere. We just
Hey.
have we did, like set up watches.
Don't
Yeah.
we have a scroll or something for like hiding in a dimension or some shit?
That's actually a good question. Let me see. Let me check Harry's.
Yeah, I think it would probably be in Harry's.
Let's while we're thinking about this, let's move all the dead bodies and stuff in here so we don't like.
Attract
True.
attention.
Okay. Volkmar's the strongest.
Yeah,
so-
I'd love to help, but I can't because I'm carrying this cursed sword.
Mm,
Nice.
I don't necessarily see anything on Harry.
Yeah, I thought we had one of those hut scrolls.
I think you're thinking of our last campaign.
Oh, maybe.
He doesn't have it in his spell book. You're
He
thinking
doesn't-
of
Harry doesn't
David's
always
tiny
keep
hut.
all of his
Hmm.
stuff on D&D Beyond. He takes like his own notes.
Either way, I think we could like I would probably, within the first hour cast my my owl. I'd bring the owl back. If we were gonna
Okay.
rest here.
So you guys are going to take a long rest?
Well, that's what I'm wondering if
Yeah.
we should do the long or short because I'm okay with either.
I can't get up. I don't think I can't get up to full health.
I think we need to take
Should
a
be a
long
problem.
rest for the burly boys. Harry's probably runs low on spell slots too.
All right, so here's another question. For the stuff that's in the room, is it only just this weapons rack?
Yes, it's just that weapons rack. It is the 4 dead bodies that are now headless, if that's what Volknar wanted. There is a torch sconce over in the northeastern corner, but besides that, it's the fake door, the real door, or the secret door and the real door.
And they said there's a peephole on this door, right?
In the secret door, yep.
Okay. All right. Well, Alistair's gonna say, I think this is our best bet, mates. If we just hold out in this room, have a nice long rest, and we can
I think so, too.
barricade that door over there. He points to this way. He's like with the weapons rack, and we could pile the bodies in front of it. Keep it nice and barricaded, and then we'll take turns. For the watches. Have somebody looking out the hole, then one person over at the other door, like sort of listening, and then we can do that for the long rest.
Let's do it.
I think that's our best options.
I don't mind taking first rest because I still have like almost all of my stuff.
Yeah, Alistair will stay up for 2 of them because I think I only need like the 4 hours to trance or whatever.
Victor can do one. At least stay up. Like if we want to use, we'll probably do buddy system maybe.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
how long is it 4 hours for the trance? Where is it?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
4 hours for the trance.
yeah. Victor will do his with Zusunu.
Okay.
'Cause he's got I don't know. Do you have things you're gonna be doing, Zusunu?
Well, I was thinking I think Alistair has an amulet that we haven't cast Identify on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking maybe me and Victor work together with my mending spell to see if we can try to fix up his armor.
Yeah. That was. Yeah.
Okay. So who's taking the first one?
Zusunu and Victor.
Please give me perception checks.
And did you want me to identify your thing? Well, it's a long rest, so you can do it during your long rest, can't you? Damn, Victor perceiving everything.
The first 2 hours go by without issue. You do not notice anything. Who would like to take the second?
I'm gonna be on both of the next two because I just rested for the first one, and
Gotcha.
I want to use my owl like out here in the hallway.
Yeah, if we're
So I
doing if we're doing buddy system, then Volknar will do one with you, and Harold will do one with you.
And yeah, I think from here I can see like basically down both hallways. Is the idea. And the owl has like extra perception stuff.
And just like stick him in the dark, let him watch.
Yeah.
Smart.
Okay. And so can I get perception checks for the next 3 watches in particular, depending on who's doing which?
Yeah, I'll perception check.
How many watches are there total?
I think there's 4, is that right?
Oh,
Okay.
I think so.
okay.
Okay, Volknar, it is silent on your watch.
Nice.
My bird gets advantage.
Yeah, you can make one for the bird.
Perception.
And then I think that should be one for Victor, Zeusanu, Volknar,
Just go see what's
Alistair.
modifiers.
There we go.
I think it's the same. Just
I think
check,
that's
though.
right.
But I mean, like his modifier is the same as mine.
Yeah.
Uh, perception +3, so I think maybe he gets one less. Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be a 15.
Yeah. Again, it's just silent. The long rest passes in quiet, and you are able to get whatever rest you need. The room does begin to smell pretty bad, both because of the lot of you, considering the combat you've seen, the fact that it is there is no air movement within this room, and the fact that there are potentially up to 4 headless bodies.
But they're all really clean because of me and Harry's prestidigitation.
Sure, very clean.
So the only smell is just rotting flesh.
Oh, that's
Was Zeus new able to fix Victor's armor with mending?
Yeah, I'm gonna say mending would get it back up to. Yeah, it'd be good.
Nice.
So we're clicking the button.
Sounds like it.
Click that button.
Did you look at that amulet, Alistair?
I mean, I don't
Or
know.
do you want
Did
Zeus to cast Identify on it?
sure, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the things I would have done during my rest. Put 10 minutes towards casting Identify on that little amulet thing.
Okay. Which amulet was it?
Something with a
Let's see.
bloodstone.
It's a silver necklace.
with a bloodstone pendant.
I don't think that is actually magical. I think it's just a non-magical item.
Just a fancy ass necklace.
Worth quite a bit of money.
Well, it's not
Monday.
magic, Alistair.
Oh
It
yeah.
is, it's nice.
I was gonna give the great sword, Volknar. This was that lady's great sword. Maybe you can use this like a back. You need a backup weapon or something.
a great sword, huh?
Yeah,
Or if
and
it
the
gets
and the manacle. I already had manacles of my own, so I'd give you the great
Oh,
sword.
yeah,
and the
I definitely
manacles.
would have cast Identify on those manacles she was holding.
Again,
guard.
nothing special about the manacles. Those are mundane as well.
That was a great sword you want to give me?
Yeah, a great sword and some manacles is what I'm giving you.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
Well, we really got to find Vajra now because shit seems to be getting real.
Yeah.
I feel like we're actually pretty good for the next foreseeable future. We just kill the guys who are following us.
Yeah, we killed the first group of guys that were following us.
Hmm.
Remember, these are nobles we're dealing with. Deep pockets. We don't know
It's
how
too
many
bad
people they sent after us.
It's too bad we don't know how to detect these scry spells. I guess we should just sort of, you know, carry on knowing that we're probably being listened, like at all
Would
times.
would I know if detect magic would be able to like tell if someone is scrying us?
Make an Arcana check.
11.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, there it is. It just took a moment. Let me check one thing. Detect magic.
I don't even know how scry works. I've never used it.
So scrying's interesting. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose on the same plane of existence. Um,
Ooh. Maybe that's why they can't track us here if we're on a different plane.
Did you
so
just say they were tracking us in here?
The guy did before he told us. He was looking around, trying to look for stuff to see if we are being scryed on.
an invisible sensor within 10 feet. You can see and hear the sensor as if you were there. Creature that can see invisible objects. So I'm going to say that you would be able to know that divination magic would be in the area if you were to detect magic, but you would not know what spell was being cast. You would not be able to see the sensor because it's invisible. You would just know that there was divination magic occurring at that time.
Okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Detect magic will stay up for 10 minutes. You know, yeah, let me cast it.
You love
While,
detecting magic.
while everyone's like, getting breakfast ready and tying their shoes and shit, I'd ritual cast detect magic to get ready for when we left this room.
All right. Do so without issue. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? And if not, which direction would you like to go?
Direction we were told Vajra was heading. I think that was south.
South, right?
Okay. Let's see. All right, ready whenever you guys are to go south.
Let's go.
We long rested Harold. I don't know if you got that.
Oh, I did it for him.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Long rested up. Harry's ready to go.
Okay, to the south.
So before we leave, we could see like a path this way, right? Before.
Yes, there is a path directly out of the south of that chamber.
All right, Alistair would just like sort of lean on the wall and she'd be like, "All right, hold on a minute, guys. Let me just take a quick look ahead." And you'll see him just eyes roll in the back of his head, and he's gonna go into the owl.
All right, there's nothing in any direction so far as you can see as the owl. To the west would be a long, narrow hallway down a set of stairs. I believe I've shown you some of this before.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the south, you've seen this before as well. It's another very long hallway that leads into the next map that I would have to bring us to. And again, both are empty. The way from which you guys came is also empty at this time.
All right. Well then, I guess once I got to this before the next map, I'd be like, "All right, let's move up to the owl, and then send him forward again, sort of leapfrog."
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's just gonna be our calling card for like bad guys that know we're coming. Just see like an owl, and then all of a sudden, Prestige Worldwide shows up.
Who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing Alistair. I was like, I'm missing a character. Did the map load fully for you guys?
It is now.
There's no-
Oh, wait a minute. This is we were told that this is where death lies.
Yeah, I can find that inscription again for a moment.
Yeah. There was like writings on the wall. When we first came here, we went this way a little bit, and then it turned around. I remember.
Warning: the words "certain death this way" are carved in common on the southeast wall with an arrow pointing towards the southern exit, and that was in the room full of pillars.
Well, best be on our toes here, boys. And Alistair leans against the wall, and his eyes roll in the back of his head. And he's back in the bird, going further south.
Gotcha. The only thing that you go by is the skeleton of a goblin, and that would be right here.
Okay.
It's the only noticeable thing. There are pickaxes on the ground, shovels. 3 pickaxes and 2 shovels rest atop piles of rubble at the foot of a 5-foot wide, 5-foot high tunnel that meanders through collapsed stone. It continues onward.
Have fun ducking in that tunnel, you tall nerds.
And the tunnel continues onward this way.
Bird's just hopping because he can't fly in this narrow hallway.
Yeah, it's a little difficult for him, I assume. And eventually it comes to a bigger exit. And this larger exit is into a more traditional style room so far that you've encountered in this dungeon. It's going to be a big rectangular room with 2 doorways, one to the east, one to the west. The one to the east is a pretty sizable double door, and the one to the west is a smaller 5-foot, like typical door.
All right. I guess I'd hop over to the doors and give them each a listen. I'll do this one first.
Little perception check.
This is one less than whatever it reads. Okay.
22. Let me just double check that one. You do not hear anything.
Okay. I'm gonna check the double doors.
Okay.
Ooh. All right.
And again, you do not hear anything.
All right. Then Alistair snaps out of it and is like, "All right, there's a tunnel and then a room ahead with 2 doors. I didn't really hear anything from the bird, but who knows? Maybe that'll change once we get there." He gives everybody a wink and then starts running.
Okay.
Lead the way, buddy.
Just making this like a lot cleaner. And you guys go past the shovels, the goblin. Nothing jumps out at you. There are no monsters here. It is just empty tunnel. And as you enter the room, pull everybody down. As you enter this room, there are 2 doors. Both are closed, one to the west, one to the east. Harold, as you enter, you hear a whisper. Harold, is that you? You've come? Give me a
Would
perception
never
check.
leave you behind, Vaja.
Give me a perception check.
Didn't miss a beat on that one. My love.
18.
You can tell that it has come from the east and probably the southeast.
We're coming for you.
None of the rest of you can hear or understand why Harold is yelling.
It's Vaja.
Harold,
She's coming from the southeast.
you don't have
Alright,
to
mate.
yell.
Yeah, no yelling. No yelling here, mate.
I yelled it in a whisper. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
A hushed,
Yo,
a
what's
hushed
going on?
yell.
Yeah.
Coming from the south. She's in the southeast. Head that direction.
All right. Well, I suppose we should, check these doors and then send the bird along, right?
Harry asks Vajra if there's any traps.
There is no response.
Of course, there's traps.
Harry, screw this caution shit. Let's just go.
Let's go. Who's leading the way?
Who would like to open the door?
I'm gonna cast mirror image on myself and sprint ahead.
So
Okay.
which direction do they say to the?
Southeast is where it sounded like it was coming
So
from.
the double doors.
Yes.
And
Harry, point me in a direction. I'll run ahead.
Go
I'll try to
ahead.
trigger all the traps ahead of you guys, so you can just
Harry
stroll on through.
points his what's it called? The Hellfire Staff. Ahead.
Okay. And as you open the double doors, the drift globe floating betwixt you all, you are able to see that this hallway splits to the east and to the south. The east way turns to the north. The south clearly splits at what is a T-junction and is actually lit up. So the south side is lit up, and you can see there's an alcove with candles down below.
so the light's coming from the south, mate. I think that's the direction we gotta go.
Seems like it.
Which way did Harry point?
Southeast.
Guess yeah. At this point we gotta go south. The lights.
I'll run ahead because I'm like impossible to
ahead.
hit right now with anything.
What are the
You go ahead, and I'm gonna run up to the wall, and I'm gonna smack
Hmm.
it with my hand. Be like, I'm first.
I want to believe this is your lady friend, but could be a trick.
We could have her captured using her as bait.
Yeah.
There's
Either
no
way,
way
We'll find out.
So as you run into this hallway, Zusanu, you can see that it is very long. It is lit up by little alcoves of candles, the entire length of it, including this one in front of you. There's like a half dozen candles, or sorry, there's like a dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's more than a dozen little alcoves on each side. You can see that there's more light emanating from the southeast, or the eastern side, which then turns south again. But the hallway does continue, and you can see a door and another like cross junction to the west.
I'm gonna keep following Harry's southeast directions and
Okay.
head that way, making sure to step on every tile that I can on my way.
Okay. Nothing happens in particular as you step on the tiles. Something odd that you notice about these candles is that they produce heat but no smoke. The one other thing that you notice is that the tiles are like immaculately clean. Other sections of this dungeon had debris and just like dust and debris and everything. There's none of that
Do I
here.
detect any magic from the candles?
The candles are magical. They are probably not evocation, but abjuration, maybe.
And what am I on the lookout for from the scrying? What type of magic is that?
That would be divination.
Okay. I'm on high alert for any divination that I detect.
Nothing so far as you can tell.
I'm gonna yell back to the boys like, "It's clear. Let's keep going."
Harry
And there-
eagerly follows.
Oh, this is
And
nice.
there's more light emanating from the eastern corridor.
Yeah, this seems not so creepy.
Yeah, this is real nice. All like
Welcoming,
well
real
kept.
welcoming.
So I really like the clean floors.
Right? This is a nice change. We should explore nice dungeons more often.
And as you reach the end of this corridor, you turn, and the lot of you can see a mirror at the end. And there's enough light from the candle at the end of the hall and on the eastern side of the hall
Seen
that
this before.
that at the dead end, mounted on the north wall, is a mirror, and worked into the mirror's stone frame is the graven image of a human wizard wielding a wand. As you all stand before it, you begin to see a figure appear, stepping closer and closer to the glass, as finally, the visage
Already
of
backed up.
Vajra.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
The
about to be
vis-
like, I cast something on the mirror and break it.
As the visage of Vajra Safra steps forward and looks sadly at the lot of you, but in particular at Harold.
Uh.
I'm so glad you've come, and I'm so sorry you've had to come looking for me.
Is everything all right?
Harry, take lead.
No, it is not. Tell the Silverhand things are far worse than we suspected. Laryl will know what it means, but I can give you as many details as I think I know. You're going to have to continue this for us, Harold and Prestige. And she looks around at the lot of you. The fate of Waterdeep is in your hands.
Bum
Ow.
bum bum.
It seems like it went from 0 to 100 real quick, Vajra. What is going on?
And she looks around and she goes, what am I looking at you from? I don't really know where I am.
It's a mirror.
Some kind of magic mirror.
Hmm.
I would
That's-
tell her what type of magic it is exuding.
It is multiple types of magic simultaneously. It is divination, it is conjuration, and it is abjuration. So it's protective, it is conjurative, and it is like giving you the ability to see them.
Alright, well, Harry would ask if she's safe right now, where she is. Currently.
That's a difficult question to answer, Harold, because, well, I don't know how to put this any other way. My body is not my own any longer. I am stuck in the confines of this dungeon in a way that I did not know possible. This is magic beyond my contemplation, and yet I understand bits and pieces of it further and further. I don't want to say that there isn't a possibility of my revival, but for now, I am trapped. And because I am trapped, and particularly trapped in this dungeon, I worry that I could be at the whim of Hallister Blackcloak.
Who is that?
Hallister Blackcloak is an ancient wizard who rests underneath Waterdeep, a wizard who died during the spell plague and yet has supposedly been reborn with the recurrence of Mystra, the goddess of the arcane. Hallister Blackcloak is a terrifyingly powerful, mad, truly mad wizard. Everything that you have been through so far to get to this point in this dungeon was created by Hallister Blackcloak. You see, he's a keeper and tamer of beasts. He is a practitioner of unwieldy magic, things that are living, spells that truly become living. Hallister Blackcloak is everything we warn wizards not to be, and simultaneously everything they can become with true, unbridled power.
Yeah, coil my staff around and look at Harry. Like, well, they used to say the same thing about this fella named Manchun, too. That didn't work out too well for him.
And you hear Vajra actually kind of laugh, and she goes, "One of the many things I've learned since I've been trapped in here, and I'll get to some of the bits as to how I learned it, but Manchun was trapped by Hallister and lost his arm down here. In fact, I believe
What?
that the losing of his arm was the only way he was able to escape at the time."
Do we remember Manchun only having one arm when we killed him?
Isn't he like
Yes.
Mega Man or something?
That's exactly right. He not only had one arm, but he had like a metallic arm. There might even be a picture somewhere.
Yeah, there is. He looked like Mega Man. He had some sort of like attachment.
I cannot believe that we did not take his metal arm with us as well.
Yeah, if you go to episode 22, you can see his like metal arm poking out.
Well, we know
Anyway,
where
all
the,
right.
we know the big bad now.
So the black staff, the black cloak.
Hallister
You're the
Blackcloak.
black. Yeah, he's the black cloak. You're the black staff. We got the white hand, silver hand. All right.
What other appendages are out there that we haven't encountered yet?
Harry is gonna be the new red cloak. Black cloak? Forget if it was red or black.
Well, there's already a black cloak.
Yeah,
You
there's
should be
too
the
many
red. You
black.
should be the red cloak, or the red staff.
The black. Oh, I have the black staff though, but there's already a black staff. Anyway, what do we gotta do, boys? What do we gotta do? All right, so what do we gotta do? You want us to go back to the silver hand and tell her it's worse off than she thought? She'll know what we're talking about. What else can we do when we're here?
Well, something that I know, this mirror, and I can control it to let you in, though I will not at this point. I think it's too important to return to the surface to tell Laryl Silverhand herself what has happened. This mirror would let you descend 10 levels into the depths of the Undermountain. Theoretically, somewhere at the bottom, and that is where I was trying to get to, lies Hallister Blackcloak himself. My mission was to kill him. It was to end his nightmarish reign of this realm.
Is there any way we could connect this mirror to the Xanathar's portal that we took over? Give us an easy way in and out of this
Are
location?
these mirrors linked? Is there a way to do that?
She looks at you confusingly and she goes, "Well, I believe that the Xanathar's headquarters lie on the 3rd level of Undermountain, somewhere off of the city or the I don't even know if it's really a city, but off of Skullport."
Yeah, we've been there. We killed everyone in the Xanathars. So their headquarters is our vacation home pretty much right now.
She looks genuinely impressed and she goes, "Theoretically, you could skip the first 2, 3 full levels of this. I don't even know what to call it. I mean, they call it Undermountain, but frankly, this is a hell zone."
I told you that you should have asked us for help.
And she looks sad and says, "And I wish I had taken it, Harold. I'm truly sorry."
Let's not blame the victim, Harry. Let's just
Yeah,
get her the fuck out of here.
Yeah, mission complete.
I just can't be having my damsel going out getting captured like Princess Peach every episode, you know?
Well,
Well, let's find the other castle that the princess is in.
We'll just get a new damsel.
yeah.
Alistair winks. He's like, let's go.
Don't worry, your princess has plot armor, so she's you know.
As she's standing at the mirror, she goes, "Look, there's 1 or 2 more things you should know.
Oh.
There is a wizard somewhere in the depths of this dungeon that has my body. It is not me. She was originally stuck in this confine." And she like looks around at the edges of the mirror, and you think that she can see some sort of containment that you can't on her side. And she says, "Whatever you do, I do think it's probably important that you attempt to remove her or kill her. If this means you must kill my body, you have permission to do so." But most important of all, and this is of the most grave importance, you must go back to Waterdeep and you must play the grand game. For you see, the Stone of Galore, Never Ember's enigma, cannot, and I must repeat, it cannot fall into Hallister Blackcloak's hands.
Do we know that the stone has been talking to Alistair? Has he shared that?
I don't think so.
No.
I'll leave that one with Alistair.
I don't think he has.
Okay. Then I will
Um,
ask him what the stone, if the stone has said anything about this.
Can I get deception checks from the lot of you?
I'm not trying to lie.
what am I just? What's going on here?
We're lying about something.
Or we're omitting something?
This is to see if I can understand your reaction to her words about the Stone of Galore. She's rolling at disadvantage. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we recap on the Stone of Galore group. What do we got? We got all
We
but
have the
one.
stone and 2 keys. We're missing one
Yeah,
piece.
we're
Yeah,
missing
we
the
see the
one.
cast lanterns thing,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
we're heading to the vault.
Okay. And so she looks at you, and she looks at Victor in particular and says, "Do you know where the stone is?" And she kind of looks across your faces and says, "I feel like as if I'm not being led on to something like an inside joke."
Uh,
I'd look over to Harry to see if he thinks it's okay to tell her.
Yeah, Harry would say, "We've been collecting the stones in the eyes this entire time."
um,
And you register nothing but like
hold up.
unbridled shock on her
Uh,
face.
She had no idea.
You
Come
ask
on.
Vajra something only she would know.
Uh,
This is-
Harry knows that she looked at me first.
Like, ask her what color underwear you were wearing on your first
uh,
date.
No, Harry would ask her if she has any of the tokens that he left for her.
Any of the like the
Because
gifts?
he left her like 2 things, I think.
I
Just
think
to
one
see
was
like
one was a purple whistle.
I think it was a whistle and then some perfume a second time or something.
Yeah, and she's able to recall both with perfect memory.
Or like she willingly gave said information to me or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's her guy. It's her boys.
okay. It's like,
That was a good call, though.
yeah.
Smooth.
Okay.
And she looks at you all and says, "Do you have the stone on you right now?"
And then Harry would say, "No, it's in a safe place."
Alistair blushes.
Is it so like metagame for 2 seconds? Alistair, do you have it on
I
your
think
person?
Alistair
yeah.
has it. Yeah.
Alistair's
He
got it
would
with
not
him.
leave it in the safe, locked safe.
Yeah,
that we built.
he's not leaving that out of his
does.
sight.
Gotcha.
Like last
And-
time when we brought it, it just got taken from us. We thought that was a good idea again.
Gotcha. And so she looks around again and she sees Alistair blushing and says, "You must get it out of here now." and then she says, "Look, the stone will lead you to Neverember's vault, and you can get all the gold you want. You can take the 500,000 dragons. It does not matter to me. What you must ensure that does not happen is that Hallister Blackcloak cannot get the Stone of Galore, because beyond being a key to a vault, it is so much more. It can erase memories, and not just an individual's memories, everyone's memory. It erases the concept of the memory you wish to remove from the cosmos."
Deal, no takebacks. She just offered 500,000 gold for us to do this.
The gold is yours. Do not let the stone fall into Hallister's hands. leave the dungeon as quickly as possible.
We should take her advice, boys.
Alistair nods and starts running.
I'll still take. I still have that thing up. I'll take point because I am untouchable at this point.
Okay.
But yeah, let's run back.
Is there anything else we want to ask Vajra before she's gone? How can
think
we
this-
get back in touch with you?
I will be here in the dungeon. My goal is to continue evading Hallister's clutches. I think I'm learning more about this place. Harold, stay safe. If you survive all this, and I don't, I want you to be the Blackstaff. I want you to protect Waterdeep.
Vajra, don't even talk like that. You'll be fine. We'll be back for you. Just don't go dying on me.
And then she looks around again at like some sort of confines. I must go. I might have lingered for too long. Get out of the dungeon now.
Got it. There you asked.
Go, go, Harold. I have 7 more questions.
Do you guys run all the way back to the well of the yawning portal?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can take a hint. We'll leave.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How's this? You guys put the gold coin in. You fearfully watch over your backs in guarded stances as the elevator is lowered into the well after you put the coin in the bucket. You are able to climb onto the elevator and ascend into the yawning portal and back into a full tavern about, I want to say, 2 full days later at this point.
When
Into-
we come up the elevator, Alistair's doing a cool pose with his rapier on his shoulder.
And in fact, there are quite a bit of cheers. There are many people who wish to buy you a drink. They want to hear stories of what happened in the yawning portal. They want to know what it's like down there. There are adventurers who are trying to offer you gold for literal information about it. We'll pick it back up here next week. But you have survived your first foray into the dungeon of the Mad Mage and returned to Waterdeep.
Hell yeah.